The following program has been rated PG-13 and is suitable for viewers over the age of 13 years.
Listen to me. I am used to getting up early, maybe on a Monday and a Thursday for masterclass in the early morning. But me, I tell you, this morning I don't know what CVM have me. I do out of my bed from 5 o'clock. The one thing about Carlton which I really like and appreciate, we're going to find the ingenious little places, some little nook and cranny. This morning we are on our way to Port Royal. People who know about Port Royal know about the fish and the steep fish and the bammy. But guess what? On that this morning. The people that have me over here forgot underwater this morning. We're going to a marine biologist kind of vibe, that corner office. We'll be studying the environment this morning and maybe learn to scuba dive, but who knows? Yeah, so tune in to the underwater corner office. You never know what you'll find out. Calm to the sea. This is my place still. This is kind of my vibe. You know, the ocean, the mountain, the sky. This is the place I need to be. Who is this? Sir Jaden.
Carlton.
No, sir. Long coming, but yes, we're there. We reached.
You reached right on time.
Right on time.
I was taking out your gear.
Gear for what?
Gear for what?
Really
You're going to find out what I do in my corner office.
In your corner office.
Yeah.
Now, pleasure, sir, being here. I'm not at the port where I say, what? Steamed fish, 2 brown stew fish. But I say, kind of early still, but when I really mind. But I realized that's not the purpose this morning. Place us, where are we exactly, Jaden?
We're located at the Grand Excelsior Hotel.
Okay.
And we're right here on the waterfront. So from this location, this is where we operate Yardie divers and Watersports.
And Watersports. Okay, I'm nervous still. But I'm going to see what I'm going on because I want to get into, how did you get into something like this? You know, how did this come about? Who is Jaden really and truly? And how did Yardie divers just come out of nowhere and just take over the place? All
excellent questions. However, I think it's best we have them in my corner office, which is on the water.
In the boat?
Yeah.
In the boat?
Yeah, but hold on. This is what you're wearing, Carlton?
Yeah, man,
you come bush out though.
Bush out for the boat.
All right, all right,
for the boat.
Right.
Let's do it now because
all right, cool. Let's go.
Good stuff. Remember when Jesus said that, why are ye fearful? When the disciples, they were on the boat and they were fearful, the Lord said, where is your faith? And I want to say to the person on the ship today, God is on board. Fret not.
This week on Deadliest Animals, we have Carlton here, who's going to get into the wild, in the water.
So the Kingston Harbour is the 7th largest natural harbour in the world, and unfortunately is one of the most polluted. This area here, this is the town of Port Royal, and then right beside it we have the visible part of the sunken city, right offshore from the old naval hospital. The marine archaeologists, when they come down and they want to do a documentary, so whether it's Nat Geo or BBC, so this is the area that will take persons to. But of course you need a permit to dive there. And then, so this lab, that's the Port Royal Marine Lab. So I have classes out there sometimes. So the week labs where we come on the water and we learn practical skills that you need as a marine biologist. And then it has a sister lab in Discovery Bay.
Yeah, Jaden, so we're in the corner office right now on the ocean, but we want to get back into the conversation because it is so important to find out who is Jaden, where you come from, which school you go, how you grew up, and what influenced Jaden taking up something like this.
I grew up in Mandeville.
Okay.
And of course, Mandeville is far from the water. We don't even have rivers in Manchester. Right? But I got influenced by a video that my uncle sent from the States one Christmas, and it was National Geography 2 cassettes in a set of 3.
Yes, a long time since I came here.
This is VCR days.
Oh, you know, it's a long time.
And at the end of the second one, they introduced a third one, which I didn't have, which was the Great Barrier Reef down under in Australia.
Okay.
And I just immediately fell in love with the colors, and from a very young age, I knew that I wanted to pursue marine biology.
Okay.
And then I went to Manchester High. I did the sciences, and right after Manchester High, I met Professor Dale Weber, who, he came and he spoke to us about marine biology, and of course I was super interested. And then when I went to the University of West Indies, that's where I pursued it, and so I have a degree in marine biology.
Okay. For those who are watching, and to educate even myself, what is marine biology?
So marine biology is the study of the organisms in the sea, how they relate to each other.
Okay.
The overall study of the ecology of the ocean.
After you left, you jumped right into your own business. You worked first into the
So
field.
the very first job I had was with NGO, the Nature Conservancy. I was hired by my now business partner, Llewellyn Meggs. So both of us started this business in 2013 after we were laid off from that business.
Okay, see where opportunity meets,
right?
When things now
so we saw that there was a gap for Watersports and just environmental work.
Yeah.
So we started Yardie Environmental and Conservationist Limited, which is the big company.
That long name, right? Problems calling
and then underneath that now we have Yardie Divers and Watersports, which is the recreational side of things.
So you're in this business in its early days. How long now have you been doing this business?
So this year is going to make our 13th year, I believe.
13th year in business. Statistics show that most new businesses within the first year, 50% of them fail.
Yeah.
Within maybe year 5, another 70% fail. By year 10, only 20% of businesses survive. You're in your what year?
Or 13th year.
13th year. It's obvious then, Jaden, that you're doing something right.
So part of it is knowing when there's an opportunity and capitalizing on the opportunity, and also diversifying your offerings. So for example, I said I'm a marine biologist trained at UA, but in 2014, a group of us, 6 of us, we call ourselves the Jamaica bobsled team. We went to Key Largo, Florida. We went to Ocean Divers and we did the instructor development course with PADI, the Professional Association of Dive Instructors. And we were successful, and we came back to Jamaica where we decided, no, all right, we're going to start doing certifications. So we certify persons in scuba diving.
Certification. Hold on, Jaden, hold on. You gloss over the things them like a small fry. A big deal is you have certified yourself to know you're certifying others to do this thing. So I want to get into still the earlier days of the business, because I know that in starting a business, it's not easy.
So the very first thing is just the red tape of just setting up a business, the paperwork and all of that, and capital. Most business ventures require some kind of capital. And the equipment. The scuba diving equipment, you need to have the equipment, it needs to be of a certain standard, a certain quality, so that when the clients come, they're pleased with what they see and they feel safe, of course. So we had to get a loan to get certain things up and going, and then of course, being strategic and clinical, you grow the business incrementally over time.
Over time, which is amazing. That for me is more important than anything else. How it is that you take your time to build a business. Because sometimes in the haste of growing a business so quickly it topples over.
Yeah.
And you are ensuring that the foundation is laid for the business. And 13 years after, the business are gone.
Yeah.
Things are happening.
CVM TV and live Jamaica Premier League action on a Monday night. A match made in heaven. We call it Monday Match Night. Catch all the hard-pounding JPL Monday night action from now until the end of the season on CVM TV's Monday Match Night. Matchday Mondays at 7:45 to 5 p.m. with rebroadcast Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Nothing else can quite match up. Monday Match Night, powered by Sunshine Snacks and ABC Electrical.
In a world where innovation meets tradition, agriculture is evolving like never before. From the latest sustainable farming technologies to age-old practices passed down through generation, agriculture is
precious to me.
I love the animals. I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I love working.
Join us right here on CVM TV every Sunday during news at 7 as we explore the people, the science, and the breakthroughs that are shaping the way we grow, eat, and live. You don't want to miss it. This is Farming Forward.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central. As of Tuesday, April 15, Fan Central will be moving to 9 p.m.
You mentioned as well that you think that it makes sense to diversify.
Yeah.
So I want to get into Yardie Divers. So what does...
So it's Yardie Divers and Watersports
Okay.
as a recreational arm,
Yes,
and then
next
as
arm.
the consultancy arm, we have YEC Limited, Yardie Environmental Conservation is Limited. So
Talk to me about that side first.
So on that side, we would do marine consultancies. So as marine biologists, we would probably do environmental impact assessments, where we would go into habitats such as this, would assess them. So whether it's mangrove habitats, it's the coral reefs, it's seagrass beds, go in and assess the health.
And when you go in with me, like you go in at the mangrove, like you jump in at the water.
Jump into the water, go in, you measure the height of the trees.
But obviously the person's biggest fear right now is you're jumping on this. I'm sure there's alligator underneath this. I'm sure there's a crocodile. I'm sure there's something.
Not,
What's the biggest fear?
Not. My biggest fear when you come into this environment is, of course, the mosquitoes. For sure.
You tell me the biggest fear is an eel. Your biggest fear is a shark.
No, man, the mosquitoes.
But it's mosquito on land.
Once you come in here, you're making up a little noise. Whatever crocodiles, they'll leave.
They'll leave, okay.
But the mosquitoes, there's no getting rid of the mosquitoes for sure.
You say all the crocodiles will leave, but just start getting nervous.
No, man, we're good.
Which is why I said talk about the consultancy side first, because I know under the water sports side, we're gonna get in some things. We're gonna jump off in the water
for sure,
and go underwater to see what's happening in your corner office.
So right here where we're going through now, this is the Port Royal Mangroves, and another thing that we've done on that side is environmental tours. It's called our SEA program, SEA, or Schools Environmental Awareness Program, where we carry students, as young as 4-year-olds all the way up to 6 formers, and we educate them about the importance of the mangroves, the role that they have to play in protecting the mangroves, and how important the mangroves are to their lives. So even though they don't live by the seaside, or their parents may not be fishermen who rely directly on it, indirectly they still rely on it. So we bring out that lesson to the kids, we teach them about it. And of course we work with the schools, we work with the teachers. So they have labs, it's part of the SBA sometimes, it's in their syllabus.
But Jaden, I'm hearing you talking and I want to ask you, how you feel the Jaden in Mandeville from age 8 who said, I want to do this as a business, as a livelihood, to know in your early 20s, in your early 30s, whatever age you are,
early 20s is,
early 20s, we can work with that. Let's work with early 20s. 8-year-old Jaden from Mandeville, to know over here, Port Royal, running your own business, what is that feeling like, knowing that you wanted to do that and you're doing it now?
So it's a very good feeling. It's a very good feeling. When my mother was a big supporter, she always encouraged me. She never once, deterred me. And of course, at the time, marine biology wasn't a very
thing. That is my thing,
I'm sure my mom didn't know any marine biology.
I was a mad boy. We weren't gonna want to go do. Exactly.
And I could even swim.
Yeah.
So I learned to swim when I was around 19 years old. Almost completed the marine biology degree. And my instructor, David Dyke, right there at UWI Pool, took me on as an adult, and that's where I learned to swim. And a month after learning to swim properly, I did my first certification at UWI.
That is so good. I want to pause and big up mommy. You know why? Because she took a leap of faith on you. She banked on you to say that wasn't a big thing 20 years ago, because you're in the early 20s, you said.
Yes,
20 years ago, marine biologist wasn't a big deal for you to go start a career, but she believed in her son. As a son, go and big up mommy. What mommy name?
Janet Law.
Janet, big up yourself, Janet. You believe in the boy there, you know, make big moves. Janet, big up yourself. we feel the boat cannot stop. I'm not used to where the scuba diving do. I'm not in them water.
No. So this channel is actually Goodbody's channel. It's named after a professor who used to work in the area through the University of the West Indies, and this is where I carry the students and I introduce them to the mangrove. And this particular mangrove that we're looking at, this is the red mangrove.
So, just somebody's watching, and for my purpose, what are mangroves and what's the purpose? Just
mangroves are usually is the name referred to trees that we find along the coastline.
Okay.
Right, and it's a particular group of them. This one, like I said, is a red mangrove. So you have the red, the black, and the white. But right now, we're just going to be seeing the red.
And what purpose do the mangroves serve?
So they serve quite a few different purposes. One of the main ones is protection. So let us imagine that we had open ocean on that, open sea on that side, and the mangroves were here. We're an island in the Caribbean, so we're likely to get hurricanes or just storm events. When these storms come, the mangroves act as a line of defense, protecting whatever is behind it.
Oh, okay.
So imagine the waves coming and crashing against this.
The mangroves,
The mangroves, these roots that you see here, they absorb the energy, they break down the energy, limit it, so whatever is behind is protected, and this occurs naturally.
Oh, okay.
So if you were to build a seawall, it would not be as effective
as the mangroves. Hey boy, Mr. Dunga, the corner office right now, may I tell you, I am learning more about the environment and mangrove in the last 15 minutes of our conversation than I've learned watching TV, watching social media, watching just any other thing. So I can imagine the students who you impact, the students who come to visit, who come to be a part of the tours, I can imagine the impact that you're having on them as well. And I want to applaud that. I want to big up yourself, sir.
Thank you.
For all that you have been accomplishing and doing in the present day. But we want to get on to the excited part of the morning.
Yeah,
man. The heat kill me. The heat kill me.
All right, so we're going to head over to Lime Key now.
Oh, over Lime Key.
Right, so we have this is the lesson that we're going to go through. So you have a questionnaire that you're going to fill out.
Okay.
Simple quiz. You're bright boy. We'll
figure it out.
And then we're going to get into the water, we're going to do some skills, and I'm going to take you down to the reef, and you're going to see some of the work that I'm doing underwater, or coral nursery work that we do out here in Port Royal.
Oh, I tell you, I feel so environmental, I feel so safe, I feel so like a this God make me for do. Let's see what's happening now, we can see what's going on. Heading to the next version of your corner office, my boss. Pick up yourself. All right, good conversation so far, sir.
All right, so Captain, all right, take us over to Lime Key, please.
All right.
From politics to global events, from social issues to breaking news, Lead Story Prime dives deeper, cuts through the noise, and uncovers the stories that shape your world. Join us every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for Lead Story Prime with me, George Davis, for an hour of incisive analysis, expert interviews, and unparalleled coverage of the issues you care about. Lead Story Prime, your front row seat to the most compelling discussions. Lead Story Prime, where the truth comes first. Only on CVM TV.
CVM TV and live Jamaica Premier League action on a Monday night. A match made in heaven. We call it Monday Match Night. Catch all the hard-pounding JPL Monday night action from now until the end of the season on CVM TV's Monday Match Night. Matchday Mondays at 7:4 to 5 p.m. with rebroadcast Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Nothing else can quite match up. Monday Match Night, powered by Sunshine Snacks and ABC Electrical.
10, 9, 8, 7.
CVM TV in association with Express Fitness and Exodus Carnival presents Fit for Fet, the ultimate workout series to get your body ready for the road. Tune in 5 a.m. every morning, Mondays to Fridays, to get involved in high-impact workouts by some of the best in the game. Bring your mats, bring your water, and let's get fit for the fit with Express Fitness and Exodus Carnival, powered by CVM TV.
So what are we here to do? Because the breeze was good, the ride wasn't so bad. The heat kind of, you know, pressure me still, but what are we doing out here now? Talk to me about it.
So Carlton, you could not choose a better day to come out, right? The weather is amazing. You see we have nice flat seas, of course, crystal clear water, which is allowing us to see one of the conservation efforts we have out here. So I've been working with Jonathan for the last year, Jonathan Hernall from the Port Royal Reef Restoration Project. And out here at Lime Key, we have 2 nurseries. We have 2 coral nurseries. And a coral nursery here, we go out, we find a parent colony, and this particular species is Acapora palmata, but we just call it elkhorn.
I was about to give you a next name.
Right, so the common name is elkhorn, right?
Hallelujah.
Acapora palmata, so elkhorn, and we break it down into small fragments, and then we put it in the nursery here, and we allow them to grow to a certain size, and then if they survive the heat and all the hurricanes, then we plant them out onto the reef, and that's how we restore.
So you
but the interesting part of this though is that you can actually subscribe, and you can buy a fragment, or you can buy a tree, and you get updates on it over time, how it's going, and so on.
And you're buying it because you want to contribute to the environment.
Exactly. So that money goes back into the project and helps with the conservation of this area. So we're going to head to shore, and then I'm going to go through a short lesson with you. You're going to change out of your right. You're going to change out of your clothes, put on your beach wear, and then we're going to get into the water, do some skills, and then we'll swim over, and you get to see exactly what we're doing.
Alright, but swim over. How deep is right here?
Here's just about 15 feet.
Oh, 15? Oh, that's a 50. Alright,
no,
we're going.
Yeah, we're not going to.
Alright, and there's no 4 feet space, we can't see it from 4 feet?
No, man. This one you want to see up close and personal and get a nice tight angle of it.
Alright, we're going on.
No, man.
We're in your hands. Good stuff. Alright, let's go. Let's do this. Alright, nice and easy.
Take your time. Good.
Nice and easy. Listen to me. As a hot boy, a joke.
Alright, Carlton, so now we're going to go through the basics of scuba diving. It's not a certification, this is just for you to understand the basics, so that when you go in the water and we're going through the skills, you can know what to expect and you can be safe and have a good time, alright?
Alright, I'm going to see what going to walk us through now, sir.
First thing now we're going to go through is how water pressure affects you. So water has weight and exerts pressure. The deeper you go, the more pressure water exerts. Pressure has no effect on water, but it does affect gas. And the gas in question is air. So that's what's in the tanks that we loaded on the boat earlier. All right. So a water-filled balloon keeps the same volume as you go deeper. An air-filled balloon gets smaller at depth. All right? Because it's compressing. Right. Your body is mostly water, however, you do have air spaces that depth affects. So your ears, your sinuses, your lungs and mask are all air spaces that are affected by the pressure.
Okay.
All right? Good. So one of the most important things that we're going to be doing today, so that you feel comfortable throughout the dive, is equalizing. All right? Increasing pressure compresses unequalized body air spaces. An unequalized airspace is uncomfortable and could lead to injury. So when you go down, when we're descending, you're going to add air to these spaces to equalize them. All right? So to equalize your ears and sinuses as you go down, blow gently against pinched nostrils. So you equalize every few feet. So it's not something that you do once or just twice. You do it every now and again. As soon as you feel that change in pressure, before it becomes too uncomfortable, you pinch your nose through your mask and you gently blow your nose. All right? Do not die with a cold or congestion. If you feel discomfort at any time, I want you to stop. You're going to signal me by pointing to your ear if that is what is uncomfortable. And then you're going to go up a few feet. So we're not going to necessarily come to the surface. You're going to just go up a few feet to relieve the pressure, and then I want you to try again. And I'll signal you saying equalize. Okay? Good. Good job.
I was made for this, bro. I was made for this. You can't tell me otherwise. Like, we let it went how deep a while ago?
So we actually got down to 40 feet.
40 feet. Yo, this is my first time ever scuba diving.
You look like a natural. You really take to it.
On corner office, top diver, top scuba diver.
Yes, absolutely.
Top everything.
I bet you this is the best corner office you've ever been.
Listen to me, most therapeutic, that's the word.
Yes.
Most relaxing, on point. But I am proud. The little boy from Mandeville, Manchester, at 8 years old, who said, "Hear what? I want to go in this water. I want to be this marine biologist person."
Yeah.
So look at you here now, in your late 20s, walking in your calling, you know, fruition, good thing, bro. I am so proud. Hearing the story alone, I am proud. But more than proud, Lord, I'm hungry.
Yep, for
the
sure,
water
for sure,
does
for
something.
Sure.
I was in the water, but it was so fun.
Carlton, thanks for coming out. I appreciate you coming and visiting me in my corner office. And I'm looking forward to having you again when you're ready. Time for you to your certification or any other water sports activities.
The kids gonna come and the family was gonna go and get certified.
Looking forward to having you.
Fully. Big up yourself, sir.
All right. Thanks.
Corner office under the water. Guys, big up yourself. It was a pleasure.
So we're happy to announce that Carlton and his family, they will be subscribing and they'll be buying an entire tree for the project. So we just want to say thank you, Carlton.
Big up yourself, we do it for the people.
For this. He committed to it this morning. He actually committed to subscribing to an entire coral reef nursery.
Yes.
So we're looking forward to that, Carlton.
Big up yourself.
Yeah,
say less, Jaden. Say less, Jaden.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Right. Kind of scared still, but...
Maybe taller than the stun up.
From 15 feet. 15 feet of standing up. Just nobody. Just in case. Use this. I see you. I
feel you. Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central. As of Tuesday, April 15, Fan Central will be moving to 9 p.m.
It was all going so well until...
I've been wanting to get to you for a long time. Shucky, ducky, quack, quack. Smells so good. I'm taking it all in.
What y'all laughing at? All new Family Feud.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm getting scared.
Brought to you by We Are the Caring Store, waiting to serve you. It's time to experience independent living. Visit us today.
Spend your Friday with Tamighty. We'll get the fun going with React made possible by KFC. Then it's a sunrise Latin fusion. Chilitos celebrates Cinco de Mayo. From food to film, we're talking Peter Tosh Town, origin of a rebel whaler. We'll wrap your morning with music and a lyrical free zone. You've never seen a sunrise quite like this.
In a world where innovation meets tradition, agriculture is evolving like never before. From the latest sustainable farming technologies to age-old practices passed down through generation, agriculture is
precious to me.
I love the animals. I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I love working.
Join us right here on CVM TV every Sunday during news at 7 as we explore the people, the science, and the breakthroughs that are shaping the way we grow, eat, and live. You don't want to miss it. This is Farming Forward.